Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. We do have some visitors, so I'm not sure totally how many we have. I don't think there's anybody in the council chambers. I think they're all remote. But to start off with, maybe we'll do some introductions. I'll start with myself at Division 1. I chair the MPC. My name is Clarence Amulong. And then we'll go to 2, Yubi, and we'll just go around 2, 3, 4, just keep on going.
Good morning. I'm Yubi Kellum, Division 2 in the Tilly area.
Good morning. Anne-Marie Phillipson. I'm Division 3, which is Patricia area.
Wayne?
Wayne Hammergren. I'm the counselor for Division 4, which is Scandia Rainier in Bow City.
Good morning. I'm Tracy Fife, Division 5, which is south and west around the city of Brooks. Lake Newell Resort, Castles area, and welcome.
Good morning. My name is Kelly Chrisman. I'm from the sunny west side of the county of Newell, around the perimeter of the town of Bazzano.
Hello, I'm Ellen Unra, and I represent the countryside around the village of Rosemary.
Good morning, Brian DeJong, represent Division 8, which is around the village of Dutchess.
Good morning, everyone. I am Molly Douglas, and I represent Division 9, which is the northern part of our county of Newell.
Good morning, Lionel Juss. I represent Division 10, which is north and east of Brooks.
Okay, if I could go to our staff, please, and start with Kevin. I think you're there somewhere, probably.
Good morning, Kevin Stevenson, County Administrator, and welcome.
Lane, you there? No Lane? Okay, we'll go to Shanna Lee.
Hi, I'm Shanna Lee, and we've met, and I'm the development clerk.
Maria. No Maria at the moment. Anyone else from staff?
Sorry, I think I was muted. Nice to see your faces. Nice to see your faces again. Welcome. I'm Maria Jackson. I'm the supervisor of planning and development here at the county.
And Pam, have you got your camera on, Pam? Pam is our recorder.
I believe Pam is working diligently in the background on mute. So.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Thanks, Maria. Is there anyone else from staff? Okay, we'll start with you, Reza. If you could introduce yourself and how you're affiliated with this today's meeting.
So my name is Reza, and first I'm trying to meaning my name. Reza means satisfied, means a guy who always has passion about something. That's real of me. So I'm 3 years ago, started and interested to the cannabis industry because of my background, and I saw the country and diversification and the economy, and I saw lots of kind of opportunity and try to learn more and engage into the industry, fast and furious. And after 3 years, we gather a team, which we are right now as updated KNAP. And actually, 3 years ago, I believe I've met a couple of you guys, maybe you and the other lady was, I believe, Anne-Marie. When I was in Brooks, we were actually in a Boston Pizza where I was with Sarah, my wife. We were like seeking to buy land. I was a gold rush of cannabis time in that momentum. Well, we just heard you guys talk about the county. We were so new, and I was I said, Sarah, can I go and talk to them? She said, oh, no, it's not nice. I said, no, let me just go. And then, well, I went to the table. I introduced myself. I gave my business card to 2 of you, I believe so. And you guys start to helping me to find some land. But honestly, 3 years ago, it was like, like Aurora, lots of things, they are failed already. We see how they failed, and we learned about that. And we moved through with gathering the team and intellectual properties, and the people has the knowledge, actually. Then I end up with Oregon and working with Daniel and Nathan, and they mentor me for some times. And while I was creating this business with our Canadian team here, with Alfred and a few good mentors and the team behind, yeah, that's all about me. And I'm here today because of my passion. That's all I can say.
Okay, thank you. And you've got someone beside you?
Yeah. Hi. This
Hi.
is Sarah. How are you? Yeah. I'm one of the co-owner of the company. And
Welcome.
yes, thank you so much. Nice to meet you all. And yeah, we are in the cannabis industry, and we are working a few years to be here. And we are not jumped to the market without any information, or we research a lot, and we gather, I believe, a brilliant team, which we have. We can support each other, and we have a enough crew to go, good to go for this industry. And the rest of the team, you're gonna see in the list, they are the cannabis producer, and they have a long, they have a huge experience in this industry. And then, and I'm as a CFO in the company and one of the major shareholder.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. You've got some more cohorts?
Yeah, Danny.
Daniel Grimm?
Yeah, he's here.
Daniel Grimm here. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, yep, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, so Daniel Grimm here and Nathan Martinez. We've been in the cannabis industry for about 15 years now, starting out in the medical industry in Oregon, and then progressing to the recreation division of it. And we've been growing cannabis here for 15 years, and we're in processing. We have a processing facility down here, as well as a tier 2 license and wholesale license. So we have a 52,000 square foot facility down here in Oregon that we built from the ground up. So we learned a lot of lessons, and we're hoping to bring that to your guys' county and be a great asset to you guys.
All right, welcome to the County of Newell. And we have Alfred, are you there also?
Yeah, I'm Al Fisher. I'm a director of Uplifted Cannab, and I will be the spokesman for today for all the questions. My background is I've been in the oil industry for more than 50 years, and I'm a geologist by background, but I have started many companies and worked with that, and I've met Reza and Sarah about 15 years ago or more. And Danny and them a year ago. We're moving this thing. We're a little different than most people in that the whole project is self-financed. We're not borrowing any money. We're not raising any money to do this project. So,
well, that's something that farmers are pretty. They do borrow money, but they like to use their own also. So
yeah. Well, it's safer that way.
With that.
The problem is debt kills. Right?
That's
so we're
true.
doing this on our own, and Danny and Nathan are very experienced, and they're doing it now, both in hemp and cannabis. And Sarah and Mohammed, they have the passion for it, and they're putting up the money to make this go. So,
okay.
So Clarence, we're at your service.
Okay, we'll be up, get to you fairly quickly. We've got a few items before, but is there anyone else in your group that has to be introduced?
Not that I'm aware of, Clarence.
Okay, thank you. So we need no one to be excused from this meeting. Your minutes from November 19th were circulated, and unless there are corrections, I would entertain a motion to accept those. See you been putting up his hand. You move to accept. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed? That is passed. Are there any post-agenda items for MPC? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion for adoption of the agenda, please. I see Tracy with her hand up, moving. Adoption, all in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, we will adopt the agenda and go on to the development report. There are 2 items on there this morning. Are there any questions or clarifications necessary? No one has any questions with that, then we will accept that as information and move on to our first subdivision. And
okay, thank you.
Maria?
Thank you. This subdivision is located in the northwest of 2115. It is in Division 7 and directly adjacent to the northeast boundary of the village of Rosemary. The parcel is zoned fringe, and there is direct and legal physical access to both parcels from Range Road 15-1 and Township Road 18-4. So this parcel is fragmented, but the current land use bylaw states that MPC may only approve one subdivision on an unsubdivided quarter within the fringe district on any urban municipality. However, they may consider a quarter section to be unsubdivided if the previous subdivisions were for the purpose of public or quasi-public use, or the quarter section meets the requirements of the cutoff or fragmented agricultural parcel. So with this specific parcel, the CPR rail line transected the quarter, which is why there's a division between the north and the south portion, and as did a historical drain, Eastern Irrigation District drain. So because of those reasons, we can consider this parcel cut off agricultural parcel because of those historic barriers. There was also a subdivision completed in 1983 for the Rosemary sewage lagoons. That subdivision would be for the benefit of the public, and the quarter section can be considered unsubdivided. So the survey sketch that has been submitted, pardon me, appears that there's a dwelling, or appears that the dwellings and all improvements are contained within the proposed lot. There are 2 houses located on the subdivision. One is ready for demolition. The house is serviced by regional water and the Rosemary sewer line. The village of Rosemary sewer lagoons are located within the required setbacks, but a waiver of the subdivision and development regulations was given at the time of the lagoon subdivision, and so that would also be applicable for this subdivision. There are no wetlands, historical resources, or environmentally significant areas located on the subject lands. The village of Rosemary had the opportunity to comment, and they had no issues with the proposed subdivision. They did identify a utility right-of-way that's used for the sewer main that extends into this property. but they are good with the subdivision. Fortis requires easements for this development. And Alberta Transportation is able to waive the subdivision and development regulations, and they are also in favor of this subdivision. So for the reasons mentioned below that this subdivision can be considered a first parcel out, municipal reserve will not be applicable in this situation, and it is recommended that this subdivision be approved with the conditions that all outstanding property taxes should be paid, and that copies of any utility right-of-way plans, easements, and/or agreements, which are to be registered at the requirement of any affected utilities to the county, or be submitted to the county prior to the subdivision's registration with land titles.
Okay, are there any questions? So the right-of-way to the sewage lagoons, is that part of the, also part of the access for that? Is there an easement there, Maria, or?
There is a easement on title, registered. There's a right-of-way plan 8616 that goes through the proposed subdivision to the lagoons, and that is for access and also for the sewage line.
Okay. Okay, so those are together. Anything else? I would entertain a motion. Ellen moves to accept as amended.
Yes, I move to accept with conditions.
Okay.
Or to approve, I should say.
Okay. Any further questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, that is passed. We'll move on to the second one, and that's you, Alfred, I guess. If you said you were the spokesman, we'll take it away.
Okay, Clarence, so we had submitted a quick presentation to you, and I don't know if all of you have seen that.
We all have that.
And so, as you have seen that, there's no point in me going through it again. And we basically just entertain questions. We are leasing a property out on west of Brooks, and we're going to look at later on looking at leasing some land to do an outdoor grow. But right now, I think Maria is very much aware of all the details. This was a building that was, people refer to it as the GE oil and gas building. And it's west of the county of Brooks. It's about 13,000 square feet. And it comes with about roughly an acre of land for parking and egress. What we will do with that property, we're not making any alterations to that building other than except putting security cameras on, which we are required to do by Health Canada. And we have to put a 6-foot high security fence around the property. Sorry? Clarence, your question?
Yeah, I lost you there for a minute.
Oh, okay. I said I'll repeat it. This is the old building that you guys commonly refer to as the GE oil and gas building. We're not making any changes to the outside, the exterior of the building, but we have to put up a 6-foot high chain link fence with angled barbed wire on top as security. And we will be putting cameras on the outside and the inside building. Everything we're doing is going to be inside the building. And we also have to get our parking approved by Health Canada. What we're looking at later on and see is that building has no water, no municipal water, but there is a water line right across the property line about 40 feet away. So we're looking at hooking into that water line. We need to look at it and talk to the owner to see if we can hook into that water line, and if we might have to go back out to the property line and back into our property. If they let us go right across the fence boundary, we're only about 40 feet to hook up our building. But right now, the building is serviced by cisterns for water. Water is trucked in, and all the other utilities are there. And it's got a septic field. Other questions?
Yeah, we'll open it up for questions. Yes, Wayne.
You're speaking of water. Do you use quite a bit of water in your process at all?
No, the water that we would be using, because this is an extraction processing facility that uses butane, well, comes out of butane tanks. That's the main use of the water would be for the toilets, the people working in there, for using the bathroom, and any drinking water and coffee water you need. So there is no abnormal use of water in that building. That's why we could continue to operate on cisterns and truck water, because it's not a very high use.
Anything further?
See, Kelly has her hand up.
Okay, thank you. Kelly?
Yes, Alfred, I was wondering, can you explain to me why we would relax the setback for your fence to be allowed on the property line?
I wasn't sure that we needed to relax the fence line. We said we can position the fence totally within the property, and we just took the perimeter just to be safe, but we can move it in any distance you want. There is a fence right now around the property. It's a chain link fence. It's an old fence, but it does not meet the Health Canada standards. So it has to be upgraded, removed, and upgraded, because it's got holes in it and it's been run into by trucks and it's got a lot of damage to it. So it has to be upgraded. But the fence is already there. We're just tearing the old posts out and putting new ones in.
I think Maria has a comment, Clarence.
Thank you. Go ahead, Maria.
Hi, Clarence. I just wanted to mention that I think that maybe Shannalee has some information on that in her report, if you would like her to share that.
Okay, if that's available, that'd be great.
Hi, I just wanted, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good, Shannalee. Good.
Okay, so I just wanted to mention, like in our land use bylaw, we have that the fence setback should be 25 feet, but because Health Canada has such strict regulations for fencing of the perimeter of the building, we are asking a variance to have it a 0 setback so that their parking and stuff can be inside the fence for their staff. And I also wanted to mention that it was circulated, like with all of our discretionary permits, and there was no responses from any of the adjacents on the circulation.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything further? If not, I would ask for a motion to approve permit 2020075 for the operation of a cannabis extraction facility.
Clarence, Brian has his hand up.
Yes, go ahead, Brian. I'm having trouble seeing my screen here. Thank you. You there, Brian?
Yeah, I'm here. Maybe use the raised hand portion of because that's what I use too. If you can't see me, because I know not all screens are available. Anyways,
right.
My question is what is your time frame for having this facility in operation? And so the two questions. The other one is as far as where would your feedstock come from, if you can share that.
Sure. Our current time frame is we will get the lease subject to approval by the council here. the planning commission, once the planning commission approves it, the lease will be activated. We should take possession of the building on January the 4th. We're currently looking at contractors in the Brooks area to install a fence, because we have to install a fence and the security cameras and any build out inside the building. We have to put about 1,000 square foot double drywalled 3 fire rating building for the extraction equipment, but it's standalone. It doesn't affect the walls. It's just a separate room that's built to house the extraction equipment. Once we have that done, we hope to do that in less than 3 months. Then we can apply for a Health Canada license, and we have to sit there. The building's just going to sit there for 6 months while we wait for Health Canada to make the approval. Once Health Canada has approved the license for that property, that's when we can start operating. And the rest, but we're not allowed to do anything to that property other than put up the security cameras and the fence, the internal build out, until we get approval. So where do we get our material from? Where that's part of the reason we're looking to lease 10 acres of land to grow it ourselves, or we can buy it from other producers in the area. So it's basically biomass. We buy biomass, cannabis biomass, flowers and stuff from other producers, or our plan is to grow it ourselves, and that's a separate Health Canada application. And we have the same issues there. We have to put up a 6 foot high security fence with cameras around the land where we're growing the material. And for now, to service us, we just need 1 acre. So that's what our initial plan is. And then we will grow, expand out from there.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Ellen?
Yes, I'd like to comment on the wonderful presentation that we got. Very informative, and it's so nice to see everybody is excited. So I will certainly make that motion to approve.
Okay, thank you, Ellen.
I see Lionel had his hand up.
Hey, go ahead, Lionel. Yeah, I'm missing some of you on the screen here today, so I don't know why, but go ahead.
That's okay. Alan kind of took my class there.
Okay, good. Anything else from anyone before I call the question? All good? All right. All in favor? Are there any opposed? I see none, so that is passed. Thank you for the presentation, and we wish you all the best. I hope it succeeds. As someone mentioned before, we've heard lots of rumors about people starting things up, but not happening. You seem to be a little further along than that right now, so
well, thank you,
we wish
Lionel.
you well.
So thank you, Lionel. Thank you for your support. Like I said, we are doing this on our own, and we learned a lot of lessons from a lot of people that raised a lot of money, built very fancy buildings, and had a big staff, and then ran out of money before they could ever get going. And the big problem here is Health Canada. You have no control over when you get the approvals. I mean, we're hoping 6 months after the application. It could be a year. So we have positioned everything what if, right? And so, because you have no control over this business till you get approval from Health Canada. They have absolute power. So we're going to be selling it into the wholesale market, and we're using existing facilities for now. When we expand, obviously we have to look at other things, but there is lots of, as Marie knows, there were lots of empty buildings in Brooks. We've looked at a lot of buildings, warehouses and stuff that are sitting around. It's a real tragedy. I mean, some of those buildings from Gulf Canada, we looked at, those buildings got millions of dollars to build, and they can't sell them for anything, and they can't get any business into them. So there's no point in building your own. Just use what's there. It at least uses some of the existing stuff up.
So,
thank you. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, I want to thank everyone because I need to share this part. I forgot to say. So since 3 years ago, I had some history there. First of all, I invited with Jessica Surgener at the City of Brooks, and then I went through Jessica to the county, and I believe we met so many counties and cities in Alberta, honestly. The county of Newell are the best, attractive people we can see. They have all the jurisdiction we're looking for. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the compliment. We like to hear those once in a while. Thank you.
No, it's honest. That's an honest 3 years. My research in Alberta, different regions, like from Taber to Pisano, or different experiences. But your county is the best county in my experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you have a supply of labor. We need people to run this business, so you have people in town that are available for us to hire.
Well, that's good too. It's great. Okay, we'll move on. There were no post-agenda items. Nothing in camera, and we'll move to question period. Are there any questions for this session? I see none. If there's someone who has any, speak up, please. Seeing none, I will adjourn the meeting. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you so much.
you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.